Hello, good day everyone. It's nice to be back on the channel with you all. It's K, it inspires. It's the place where purpose and finance meet. As you all know, our goal here on a daily basis is to charge ourselves to become people who fulfill purpose and also become financially free. If you are joining this community for the first time, we would love you to be a part of this global community by hitting the subscribe button. So I would just like to take our last conversation a bit further, where we said that we have to begin to build purpose-driven relationships. We have to be intentional about those we are associating ourselves with. But then I realized I haven't spoken to a few persons, especially young ones, those with mind-blowing ideas, with dreams that will make you yourself feel like, wow, this person is going far in life. I realize many of such persons, either because they are introvert like most of them claim, or because they just feel a bit too proud, a bit too pompous to, because of what they are carrying in their heads, to relate. I realize many of us young ones don't know how to convert strangers to friends. And in fact, we don't see the purpose, we don't see the reason behind why should I talk to this stranger first? Why should I connect with this person? In fact, he's a stranger, I don't know anything about him. What if he will harm me? And I must tell you, that's a wrong mindset. If you are someone who has a great purpose you want to achieve, you want to fulfill, because you can't do it all alone. And most of those you have on your contact list right now might not even be the right set of people with whom you are going to achieve this particular goal. Trust me, those you have as friends today were once strangers. Whatever brought you together a few years back was what made you and them friends today. It could be school, it could be a project, it could be an office work, it could be a religious setting, it could be a community, it could have been an event. Something just brought you guys together. It could have been a person, probably your close friend today was once a friend of a friend, and then you guys met through that friend, and from there you also became friends. So those you are friends with today were once strangers yesterday. Those you most likely be friends with tomorrow, especially when it comes to the place of purpose, will most likely be strangers to you today. The question is, will you keep a stranger today? Will you keep that same stranger a stranger tomorrow? Or will you do your best to make sure that today's stranger becomes a friend tomorrow? Either he or she is willing to become friends. And how do I mean? Are you willing to strike first? Are you willing to be the first to be vulnerable? It won't cost you that much if you say, hi, hello, nice meeting you, and then just have a few chats. And beyond that, probably ask if this person is willing to share contact. Because I realize some of us meet at events, at places, through persons and all that. You just have a little chat, you realize this person is probably as loaded as you are, or even more loaded than you are, or has some substance he or she can contribute to your purpose, but you just stop at that conversation without even bothering to exchange contact. Let's exchange contact, let's get to meet, let's get to know, probably on social media platforms. Let's share our social media and do let me get to know what you do, who you are, a few about your past, a few about the things you are working on, and then you get to know mine too. There probably somewhere in the future there might be something that connects us, that helps us now do great things together. But if I am unable to establish that, to create that atmosphere that makes this stranger want to become a friend, I might never get to know this stranger. And whatever it is this stranger could have offered to me a few years time, he or she might not be there to offer it. And this is why many a times you hear some persons talking and probably just scrolling through social media platform, or just on the TV screen, and then the person says, do you believe that myself and this particular person, a few years ago, we used to share rooms together while we were in school, we were hostel mates, we were course mates, and you are wondering, if you are course mates with this person, why don't you try and establish a connection so this person can help you with whatever it is you are working on, or help you move from this state you are to this state he or she is. But you realize they don't even have anything about that person, no contact. They were all classmates, but they never exchanged contact. They all worked in the same organization, but because everybody just wanted to remain a stranger to themselves, nobody really dared to move to exchange contact. What if you become that game changer, the one who becomes vulnerable enough to say hello first to a fellow stranger and then take the chat a bit further. Just if you don't mind, we could just share social media and do or exchange contacts and then probably just be friends if you don't mind. I know it's one of the hardest conversations to have, especially as young ones, because many claim they are introverts and then they don't know what to say, they don't know how to approach the person first. They don't even want to really, I just want to be in my comfort zone. Trust me, those who want to achieve great things, they don't care about comfort zone. In fact, the last thing you hear a great man, a man of great impact, want to say about himself is he is presently an introvert. You could hear statement like, I used to be an introvert, but right now, he or she knows he cannot be an introvert. No matter how much of a private life he or she still keeps, you will realize on a daily basis, this person is open to meeting new persons. And if you also must become a man or a woman of greatness, a man or a woman of stature, a man or a woman of caliber, you must be willing to turn strangers to friends. In fact, you must become vulnerable. You must make it a daily goal, virtually or physically, to be in rooms, to be in spaces, to be in communities where you can meet new persons that can take your contact list from wherever it is now to something much more valuable tomorrow. Trust me, most of those you have on your contact list right now are not all you need to move that goal of yours, to move that vision of yours from where it is now to where it should be. There might just be just one more stranger left to complete the piece you have and then make you that your project of yours a masterpiece. But if you refuse to meet that stranger today, convert that stranger to a friend tomorrow. Tomorrow, your contact list remains exactly the way it is yesterday. It do you no good if your contact list as at last year is what you brought into this year and that's the same way you want to enter the next year. It simply means you have the same set of people surrounding your life, and whatever it is they could not offer to you last year, they most likely won't be able to offer to you this year, and probably next year they won't even be able to offer the same thing. So would you rather dare to step out of your comfort zone and begin to make strangers friends and see those who will become much value to you? Or will you remain in your comfort zone and let your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your purpose live within you year after year, month after month, weeks after days after days, and just you and you alone know that there is something more to your life, but you don't have the right set of persons, the right set of resources to get it bettered? I'm challenging you today. Step out of your comfort zone. Begin to make intentional moves to make as much as the amount of strangers you meet on a daily basis to friends. But if there's a community, if there's a person, if there's an event, if there's anything that has brought you guys together, if there's a common goal, a common project that has made you guys come together, probably there's at least something that is showing that you guys might be of like mind. Just give it a try. Can we just get connected and see if you can establish a friend for a season, a friend for a reason, or even a friend for a lifetime? Till I come your way again, I need you to remain in financial space. I need you to remain financially sharp. I need you to do everything legally and morally right to become financially free and become one who fulfills his or her purpose. Remember, a generation is counting on you and you cannot afford to fail them. If you enjoyed what you just listened to, please do well to like, do well to drop your comment, do well to share with family and friends. And if this is your first time on the channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button. Remember, I am rooting for you. Bye.